It's not fair. I think that if you, I think if they say that they want a kid, they should be able to support it.
That's right.
If we don't have a say-so, then we shouldn't be involved in raising it, and we shouldn't be involved in the finances. It's a decision they made, and they should deal with it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, now you have sperm donors being chased for
I've heard.
Any man who donates sperm is a complete idiot.
Here's the other one. And I've heard you talk about it before, that if you go to court and your son is to go to court and you don't show up, you're guilty. If they later on go back and do a DNA test and find out that it is your kid, it doesn't matter. You didn't show up to court, you're guilty.
And in California, have you ever been subpoenaed to testify at a lawsuit or a criminal trial or anything like that?
No.
Have you ever gotten papers?
No.
Okay. There's a process server. Every time that they, like, for example, I've gotten divorced, had to serve papers. I have been sued in frivolous lawsuits. I had to be served with the pounds of paper, and they had to have proof of service, it's called. They had to prove that I was served with the papers, and then I show up in court. The one and only lawsuit where they don't have to prove they served you is for child support. They can send you a notice at what is called your last known address. And do you know what women do on the advice of their attorneys?
They send it.
But they don't make any effort to find out where you are now.
Oh, that's right. The DA.
Wherever you had sex with them, that tag you're it. That's where they send the notice.
You're done.
Usually you've moved, you've sold the house, or there's someone else rented the apartment. The letter goes to that apartment, then it is returned. The person moved, left no forwarding address, because your forwarding address is only forwarded for 6 months. So they intentionally send you the notice. There's never any proof that you received it. And then if you don't respond, you're guilty and you have to pay.
Once she has the baby and she's at the hospital, and they ask who the father is,
right.
If she puts your name down, that's it. She doesn't have to notify you. She files for child support, and they come looking for you. If you don't show up, you're guilty.
Yeah, but that includes they may not even look for you where you are.
That's correct.
She may even know where you are and intentionally not have the notice sent to where you are.
That's right. And
it's completely, well, theoretically it's illegal, but you'd have to prove she knew where you were.
It's a bad rap, and I'd like to challenge anyone who says that it is the right thing to do. Anyone who can tell me, is it the right thing to do? Take what's yours. I don't agree with that, but don't take what's not yours.
Yeah. Well, Rick, I agree with you on that, and I thank you for the call. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. Alisa. Is this Alisa? Is that your name?
Alisa.
Alisa on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
I want to say I love your show.
Thank you.
And I am a woman that totally agrees with everything that you have said. Actually, this is a situation that's going on with my parents. My dad is afraid to divorce my mother because when their agreement to get divorced came to pass, she decided she was going to play crazy. So now she's not working.
Uh-huh.
So if my dad leaves her, and, they don't have to do much to prove that a person is mentally disabled or whatever. He's going to have to pay her through the roof. It's just unbelievable. I cannot believe that you can do that to a person. She has 2 kids by this man. She claims to have been so in love with him.
Right.
But she, has told me in my teenage years, if your father ever leaves me, I'm going to take him for everything that he has. And it just annoys me and upsets me. And all these women that are, thinking that they have some right to somebody's money. It's just ridiculous.
Well, guess what? They end up having the right to that money because we let them have that right.
It's ridiculous.
They know they can go to court and they can screw a guy permanently.
It's just ridiculous. And there's no thought to how this affects your kids. My brother and I have been totally screwed up because they had a screwed up marriage to begin with. They should have just called it quits when we were young, but they decided to stay together for the kids, and It's just now to the point where my dad's totally screwed. He's making well into the six figures, and she's not making anything.
And the best reason for not doing that is because if you stay married more than 10 years in states like California, you have to pay vagina money for the rest of your life.
Right.
Your dad will have to pay until she's 70, 80, 90, however long she lives, or until he's dead.
Well, even when he dies, she wants his Social Security.
Right.
And I'm just like, she thinks it's the responsibility of everyone else to take care of her. She's even said to me, well, if something happens to your father, I told her straight up, if you do this to my dad, if my dad divorces you and you go for anything other than what you're entitled to, split the assets 50-50, you're entitled to that, I'll agree, whatever. But if you're going to sit up there and intentionally try to hurt my father because he left you when he should have left you, you're not a good person, I'll never talk to you. And if he just happens to die 2 years into paying alimony to you, you're going to be left with nothing. And she's like, well, I can get his Social Security. You're not going to help me out? And I'm like, what are you, please. You've done all of this. You've worked, and then as soon as my brother turns 18, now all of a sudden you're bipolar.
Yeah, how convenient.
And you can't work.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, but you can sit in the house all day. She's claiming to be agoraphobic, but you can go out and do the things that you want to do.
I totally agree with you, Lisa. I totally agree. Autumn on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Yes, hello.
Hi.
Hi. I have I've been listening to your show for the past couple days. My friend told me about it. Of course, I've heard about you for a long time, but I was never interested in listening. Well, I agree with some of the things that you say, but my question is, do you know any nice women out there? Because I consider myself to be pretty nice. I've never had a guy buy me anything in my life, like any piece of jewelry, anything like that. I'm 29. I'm going to school. I'm going to teach next year special ed, and I'm getting my master's degree. I mean, what do you say to girls?
Are you attractive?
Huh?
Are you attractive?
Yes. I've had many boyfriends, many. But none of them, wanted to commit or anything. I didn't pressure them. I was like, I think that I'm too nice.
Too nice? Maybe you're too busy.
Yeah.
Think that might be the case? You're too busy?
No. Not at all.
You're studying for your master's degree.
Huh?
You're studying for your master's degree.
Yeah.
That's going to keep you pretty busy.
Not really. I also have a foster son, but I'm free pretty much all the time.
How can you be free pretty much all the time with a foster son?
Well, I have a babysitter that watches him. She also listens to your show.
Oh, boy. Now, excuse me for saying this. It sounds bizarre. You have a foster son, meaning someone who's with you potentially temporarily.
Yeah.
And then you have a babysitter to take care of. What's the point?
No. A babysitter that takes care of him, like if I want to go out and stuff.
I know what you're talking about.
Huh?
I know what you're saying. I'm just saying, you took on a foster son, then you had to hire a babysitter to take care of him.
No, I'm not. I didn't hire her. She's another foster parent. And she watches him when I go out, like, with my cousin and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't understand. Like, you tell these guys, oh, screw the, girls, get them, don't pay for anything. I don't even ask for anything. I just ask for a guy to even hang out with me, like at the beach or something, and all I need are losers.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I mean, do you know any good guys out there?
When you say good guy, what's a good guy? I mean, are you looking to get laid, or are you looking for a husband? What are you looking for?
Just a companion and eventually to get married. But I think these guys, they've been hurt before, and then they, actually find a girl that is independent, and they don't like that. It's almost like they want a girl to be dependent on them so they can...
Well, it isn't that. They don't want to wait up at night until you come home from class or work or whatever.
I go to class 1 day a week. I'm, pretty much done with my master's.
All right, and you have a foster son and a job.
Yes, but I've only had him for, a month or two.
All right, and you have a job.
Yeah, I'm a sub during the day, so I'm out by 3.